specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, that's what time it is. It's Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by. Great to be with you. And here we are. Almost out of weekdays. We're at the end of the week, and weekend's coming up. It's all good. Trust you had a good week, so whatever was going on with you, I know there's a lot of stress in people's lives, and it's always one thing or another, right? And take it one day at a time. And today on the show, Richard Passwater is on, and he's in studio. And I think he's depressed because the Baltimore Orioles didn't make it to the playoffs.
I'm still licking my wounds from that.
I know you are. I know you're a big Orioles fan, and I'm sorry, but Cleveland and the Cubs, it's tied up now, I believe. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Both deserving teams. It's been a long time for both. Talk about droughts. So we'll see what happens. 877-897-8255, toll-free number. Call anytime you want. Richard always has a thing or two on his mind to talk about. And always interesting stories to tell. He was recently in Iceland. I'll ask him about being in Iceland. He said it was colder in the studio today than when he was in Iceland.
Yeah, I appreciate you cooling the studio down for me, Dr. Garko. Make me relive my Iceland trip or a trip to the Arctic.
Absolutely. We're trying, we work at this. It is rather cold in here. I had to put a little jacket on. I don't know what they're doing, but it's a bit cold. So. There were a number of stories that were trending this morning. I didn't know which one there were so many that I could have talked about. I won't report on it. I'll allude to it now. There's a story trending about the myth of patient zero. You know about that? Patient zero. The patient, his last name was Dugas, who was a flight attendant, and became demonized because he was identified as the first individual to have AIDS, HIV infection. Turns out that that's not true. And this business about zero was a mistake. It was misinterpretation of the letter O on some documents. I won't get into it. You'll find it on the internet. I don't want to report on it. It's a little complicated. But this whole idea about patient zero, there was no patient zero. There had been probably thousands of people infected before him. It's crazy. So there's all kinds of stories floating around that I come across when producing the show and trying to decide what to report on. There was one that caught my eye that I thought was unusual, and dealing with blood pressure. Okay, blood pressure, people have high blood pressure. But would you have ever made the link between high blood pressure and mental health. This was a story that turns out there was a study involving more than 1 million men in Sweden. And it found that differences in heart rate and blood pressure, not in midlife, but in late adolescence, was correlated with an increased lifetime risk for psychiatric disorders like obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. Now, if somebody would have said that, made some sort of claim, and there was no study done, they were just sort of theorizing, and you'd probably say to them, you're nuts, bluntly. You don't know what you're talking about. But this is men who have high blood pressure and high heart rate in their teens, as it turns out now, are more likely to develop obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. We're talking about blood pressure. And you try to think about that. What would be, why would that be? What would be the theoretical explanation for that? We certainly know that high blood pressure is correlated with coronary heart disease because the high blood pressure destroys the lining of the artery, and then the body tries to repair, and plaque builds up and whatnot, and the arteries become, with high blood pressure, then become stiff, inflexible. And high blood pressure is a killer. It's a silent killer. That's its name. It is a silent killer. They did say, they used the conjunctive adverb, however. They did say, however, results of these studies have been inconsistent, with some studies reporting higher or low blood pressure levels, and they have been skewed, they said, in part by side effects of medications. So in this study, the researchers tried to, in this large-scale cohort study, they wanted to investigate whether differences in resting heart rate and blood pressure were correlated with psychiatric disorders during the lifetime of these men in Sweden. There's always these kind of interesting studies that come out of Sweden. My guest, Richard Passwater, has gone there. I believe you've been to Sweden, have you not?
Yes.
We'll talk about that. And he knows that culture pretty well. But researchers from Sweden and Finland conducted the study, and it was 1,794,361 Swedish men whose resting heart rate and blood pressures were measured at military conscription. So I guess everybody has to join. Is that it?
It's a mandatory, I believe, in the early 18 or 19 years old.
Right. They were 18 years old at the time, and they collected these data between 1969 and 2010. This is a good study. This is a longitudinal study. They track it for a long period of time, and well put together. A Professor Lavalle, Antti Lavalle of University of Helsinki in Finland, and co-authors included several potential factors that may influence the outcome of the results, they said, including physical, cognitive, and socioeconomic factors. So they were being careful. They included height, weight, body mass index, due to their potential association with both cardiovascular functioning and a risk for mental disorders. So they included a lot of variables and wanted to control for those variables. This is really fascinating. Blood pressure in late adolescence correlated with obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. This study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Psychiatry. And it showed that male teenagers who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute had a 69% increased risk of obsessive compulsive disorder. I repeat, 69%, compared with male teenagers with a resting heart rate below 62 beats per minute. You can't screw these data up. These data are pretty simple to collect, and they're straightforward. Come back, I'll tell you more. I mean, I'm really surprised. Blood pressure and mental disorders as serious as schizophrenia. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing. Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by facts, our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Stephen, for the cue. I was caught up in this. This story is intriguing. Who knew? High blood pressure in late adolescence linked to obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. This was a study out of Sweden. And how would we pronounce her first name?
Ante.
Dr. Antti Latvala, University of Helsinki, conducted the study along with some co-researchers. And I'll repeat this: the finding. They found that male teenagers who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute had a 69% increased risk of developing obsessive compulsive disorder compared with male teenagers with a resting heart rate below 62 beats per minute. Likewise, or similarly, compared with males in lower heart rate category, men in the higher rate category had a 21% increase for schizophrenia and an 18% greater risk for anxiety. In contrast, they said teenage males with a lower resting heartbeat were linked to substance use disorders and violent convictions, particularly after adjusting for physical fitness. So even a lower resting heartbeat rate was not good. The researchers reported similar correlations for OCD, schizophrenia, and anxiety substance use disorders and violence with higher and lower blood pressure readings. So the authors of the study said, quote, "In this large-scale longitudinal cohort study, we found that men with higher resting heart rate and higher blood pressure in late adolescence to be more likely to have received a diagnosis of obsessive-compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, or anxiety disorder later in life," close quote. The strongest correlations were found with OCD, with men in the highest resting heart rate category, 70 to 80% more likely to be at risk, my God, than men in lower category. Correspondingly, they said men in the highest blood pressure category had a 30 to 40% greater risk for OCD than men in the lowest blood pressure category. Come back to me now if you like. These findings are novel, for sure. So one of the researchers said they're novel, all right. There is no previous prospective study that found these links. And I have some confidence in this study. My God, they were collecting data from 1969 to 2010. 1,794,361 Swedish men. They caught them when they were enlisted. Everybody has to volunteer. It's conscription. So when you're 18, you have to go sign up, do your military service, and that's when they collected the data and then tracked them in the ways that I told you. Wow. You said you had some comment about that. My guest, let me introduce him since he's sitting here, is Richard Passwater. And Richard's been on my show a number of times. He always tries to make the effort to come into studio, and I'm so appreciative of that. It's always nice to have the guest in studio. Richard,
I always appreciate the opportunity.
Well, it's our pleasure. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. What do you make of this study?
It hit a personal nerve because when I was young, I had a high heart rate, and I struggled with some OCD issues that I had to overcome. I was wondering in the study if they felt that the OCD was causing the high heart rate, or if it was the other way around, the high heart rate led to the OCD later in life. If what was the cause and what was the effect?
Good question. One wonders, they didn't offer any they didn't offer any theoretical explanation as to why, or hypothesis as to why this correlation exists. This is more than statistically significant. I mean, this is a powerful, when you start finding 6.6, 0.7, 0.8 on a Pearson correlation coefficient, that is so robust. In the psychological literature, they get all excited with 0.2.
Yeah, this is a highly powered study with
that many. Yeah,
it's
1 million, over 1 million
men. It's quite impressive data.
And this is not. I mean, what they were measuring was not complicated. It was blood pressure, period, and heart rate. So this is not was some mysterious physiological phenomenon they were trying to explore. The data were easy to collect, easy to follow. This is intriguing to me. We'll follow this some more. 877-897-8255. Cranberry juice. There's a big belief out there that cranberry products can help prevent UTIs, urinary tract infections. Came across a study here. It says, headline. Here's the headline. Cranberry products may not prevent UTIs. We'll take a look at that, and then Richard will talk with us. We're going to talk a little bit about BioSil. If you don't know what BioSil is, stay tuned.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness. BSN, Finish First. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Richard Passwater is my guest today. He's in studio, direct from Iceland. He had icicles hanging off his suit jacket when he walked in here because it's freezing in the studio. That's why.
And those icicles increased in size after coming into your studio here, Dr. Garko.
What's going on? They got to turn this place into a meat locker. Is it?
I think you were afraid I was going to fill the studio up with hot air, so you took preventative action to cool it off.
I told the engineers, drop the gauge on the thermostat. You got a gas bag coming in studio today.
we don't want him to stay the whole time. If we make it cold, maybe he'll leave early.
We'll freeze him out of here. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more than a few women that swear, and you could hold them at gunpoint, and they'll tell you that cranberry juice will clear up a UTI. Okay. That's anecdotal. I got a report here in front of me, and Richard and I were both just on PubMed looking at studies about cranberry juice and urinary tract infections, and I'm trying to find one that says conclusively that cranberry juice or cranberries will prevent UTIs. I haven't found one yet. Did you find one?
Well, I found some reviews that showed variable results, which makes me believe...
Variable results.
Which makes me believe there may be differences in the different cranberry extracts available. And,
okay. Or it could be in a study
different
group.
Public study populations.
Right.
It seems that in the older populations, especially those in institutionalized care, people with catheters and things of that nature,
doesn't work.
It doesn't work as it doesn't look as promising. It doesn't work. It doesn't appear to work well in those groups.
Let's take a look at this study here. As I said, many American women swear by cranberry juice as a old-time home remedy to help prevent urinary tract infections. And this new study finds that cranberry capsules didn't prevent UTIs in older women who lived, as Richard was pointing out, in nursing homes. There were no statistically significant differences found in the number of UTIs among those receiving the capsules versus a placebo. However, always that conjunctive adverb. However, at least one urogynecologist believes the study couldn't prove that cranberry juice, including juice, might not help some younger uninfected women. This study, in this particular study, Yale University researchers only looked at women living in nursing homes whose average age was 86. So it could be that the study population is a variable unto itself. And one of the researchers in the study, Dr. Manisha Yothani Mahita. That was good. Cranberry products have long been thought to prevent urinary tract infections, and many different cranberry products, including capsules, tablets, and powders, the researchers said, are promoted for this purpose, but this study did not show that this product worked, close quote. By the way, she's an assistant professor of medicine at Yale School of Medicine in New Haven, Connecticut. Hydration is likely the most important measure to take preventive urinary tract infections, she said, to prevent them. Older women can also try to remain clean and dry. Whatever. I don't know. Many people firmly believe, she said, in their cranberry product. And to those people, I tell them to continue what they feel works for them. Exactly. If it's placebo, who cares? If it clears up the infection, what do you care? I don't know. What do you think?
I'm a big believer that if it's working for somebody, to stay with it, absolutely.
877-897-8255. You went to Iceland. What was it like?
There were 50 shades of green in Iceland. I had the most robust green, even more so than Ireland. And winter had already come, at least deep fall. And it was of the places I've been, the buildings were very utilitarian in shape, but there was a certain beauty to it. I had not observed that.
In other words,
anywhere else.
Architecturally, they were not.
They weren't designed to be aesthetically pleasing, but their lack of characteristics to try to make them aesthetically pleasing had a beauty in its own. And
What do you mean?
Everything was square and really designed to withstand wind. There was a sort of plainness to it, but there was a beauty in that plainness that I found pleasing to look at. I didn't get to explore most of the time there. I was just in meetings. I rented a car. I had a couple hours before the plane left. And unfortunately, right in front of me, there was an accident. I ended up having to help a guy with a concussion instead of driving around like I would have liked to. But the part I saw was characterized by lots of changes in elevation, really rough, angry sea, and 50 shades of green. All kinds of different
The population of Iceland is 332,529, an area of 103,000 kilometers squared, making it the most sparsely populated country in Europe.
Outside the cities, it got country right in a hurry. And the roads were just 2-lane.
How do you pronounce the capital?
I can't pronounce it properly, but it's like Revetacek or something down that.
Yeah.
And the airport's in another town. They have too many V's and I's in it. Kafarek or something is the
Iceland
place I flew into.
Iceland is volcanically and geologically active. I was looking. They have an interesting flag. It almost looks like a British flag. It's not the Union Jack. See, Gary, see if you can find an Icelandic flag. What was did you eat anything there?
I wasn't there for very long.
So you didn't get a chance to go to a restaurant?
I just had fish at the restaurants that I ate at there. I didn't get any of the more Norwegian Viking type food. I didn't get a classic Icelandic dish. I just had cod and salmon and the standard stuff I eat.
It's a market economy, relatively low taxes compared to other OECD countries. It maintains a Nordic social welfare system that provides universal health care and tertiary education for its citizens. So it's socialized, right?
Yes.
13th most developed country in the world by the United Nations Human Development Index, according to, this country, Iceland, runs almost completely, and I didn't know this, on renewable energy. Did you know that?
Yeah, they said 100% of the electricity produced there was by renewable sources. A lot of water movement, some wind, a little bit of solar, but mostly wind and water power.
Yeah, my summer home's not going to be there.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
An enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust. Battling sinus, bronchial disorders, allergies, and other seasonal irritants can be a constant struggle, making this the season when you need Oreganol P73 the most, nature's most powerful natural remedy. Get the blast of wild nature you need with the only wild Mediterranean oregano extract, Oreganol P73 from North American Herb and Spice. After being tested, both the USDA and the FDA agree Oreganol P73 is powerful. North American Herb and Spice knows it's powerful as well and knows P73 is just what you need. When you take P73, you'll experience its cleansing power. You'll smell the fresh mountain-grown aroma and feel its effectiveness. The Greeks used wild oregano for their health, not just spice, and called it Oroganos, the delight of the mountain. Oreganol P73 is 100% wild, hand-picked Mediterranean oregano. Do not accept cheap imitations made from farm-raised or non-oregano species. Use Oreganol P73 and stay healthy all year long. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, From Seed to Shelf, New Chapter, The Benefit of Nature's Wisdom, Yerba Prima, Pioneers in Internal Cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Let's go to, where are we going, Stephen? Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Jackie, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. First caller from Hatfield.
Oh, good. How are you, Mike, Dr. Garko?
I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. What's on your mind? UTIs?
Yes, definitely. I have to say, I probably a couple years ago went to the doctor. I thought, I have all these symptoms of a UTI, a lot of discomfort in my bladder area. And, they tested me and said, no, it's not. And I, walked out of the office thinking, well, what do I do now? Because I still don't feel well. And so I went and stopped and got cranberry extract, and it cleared up my discomfort.
Then
So I really
keep
do
taking
believe
it. Then keep doing it.
I am, and but if it works, it works. And I think it's a combination of an extract and increased fluids.
I agree. This study was with older women. They were 86 years old. They were in nursing homes. It's a far more complicated situation.
And chronic dehydration is a problem. in those institutionalized care facilities often. And I think that's a compounding factor that needs to be considered.
No, your calls, I'm glad that you called and mentioned this because sometimes, they do these studies and it sort of defies what we've learned over decades with doing certain things, certain therapies, and those therapies seem to work. Then comes along a scientific study and says, not so fun, not so much. Well, you know what? Sometimes the studies are wrong too. So I'm glad that you called. How is everything up in Hatfield?
We have a gorgeous fall day today. It's 48 degrees with a breeze, but it's going to warm up, so it's all good.
It's all good. It'll be snowing soon.
It will. Unfortunately.
I know, Jackie. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
Okay, you take care.
Yeah, you're the first caller from Hatfield.
Great.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So you're only on for one segment. I thought you were on for the whole show today. So BioSil, real quick. Let's lay it on them.
Well, I always appreciate the opportunity to come on and get to talk about BioSil. But BioSil stimulates collagen production, the production of elastin and keratin. And these proteins heavily influence the way we look. And 80% of the business for BioSil is generally related to hair, skin, and nails. But collagen is really the connection between our appearance and our overall health, because collagen forms the framework of connective tissue all throughout the body. As an example, the bone, the flexibility and the toughness and the ability of the bone to absorb impact comes from the collagen in the bone. But the collagen makes up about 30% of bone and gives it that flexibility.
So with women with osteoporosis, would BioSil be something to take?
Absolutely. There was a 1-year study on women with osteopenia, which is a T-score between -1 and -2.5. Osteoporosis starts with a T-score more negative than -2.5. But these women they had just been diagnosed with osteopenia at the University of London St. Thomas Hospital, and they all the women in the study took calcium and vitamin D. And the women taking, and some women took BioSil. And the women taking BioSil grew 15% more bone collagen during the course of the study. And I think 80% of bone strength is really from bone collagen. And then the women taking BioSil grew 2% more bone mineral density at the hip compared to the women taking the calcium and vitamin D alone. And I think that was very important. The hip is the most deadly and debilitating type of fracture. As a general rule, a third of the people that have a hip fracture require institutionalized care the rest of their life.
I got it. But in terms of hair, skin, and nail, collagen has been, there have been clinical trials all over the place to show that it does promote better, healthier hair, skin, and nails. But for generally connective tissue throughout the body, all the different connective tissue, it's remarkable. I mean, this product is so well tested. And people notice a difference when they start to take the product.
Yeah, in the most recent study was on men with osteoarthritis of the knee. They had moderate to moderately severe osteoarthritis of the knee. And in a 12-week period, men took, with the moderate to moderately severe osteoarthritis, took 2 BioSil capsules or 2 placebo capsules for 12 weeks. And the men taking BioSil reduced their pain 48%. It was about 26% better than the placebo. BioSil reduced the stiffness in the knee about 48%.
Good.
It was 35% better than the placebo. And they had 17 daily tasks that they had to evaluate the difficulty doing. These weren't things that guys were bragging about at the bar when trying to pick up women, but they were things like going downstairs, putting on socks in the morning, getting out of a car, going shopping, very utilitarian type tasks. and BioSil reduced the difficulty doing those tasks by 41%. It was 25% better than the placebo.
Yeah. Well, I know this. Beyond the clinical trials, people that I know that take the product, and women, now focusing specifically on women that take the product, they tell me unequivocally, nails are stronger and healthier, hair is thicker, and the some of the wrinkles, the lines in their face start to fill out.
Absolutely. Also, it helps with skin radiance. A lot of people don't realize, but the collagen in the dermis of the skin is actually what reflects light. So somebody's luminosity or glow or radiance is dependent on the collagen. And BioSil can increase the collagen and elastin in the dermis. One study showed a 30% reduction in wrinkles depth and an 89% improvement in skin elasticity compared to the placebo group. Those measurements were taken over on the side of the forehead. But the same compound, the collagen and the elastin in the skin that BioSil helps stimulate the production of also is what reflects light. And many people report increased skin moisture and increased radiance.
Is there a website that people can go to and read more about the studies, read more about what BioSil can do? BioSilUSA.com. BioSil USA.com. BioSilUSA.com. This is a boss product. I thought you were on for 2 hours.
They took it easy on you today, and I'm only here
I
for
have
one.
to put up with you for. I was gonna quickly tell them your itinerary for your just this last trip. Listen to this. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Tampa to Bogota, Colombia, to Toronto, to Quito, Ecuador, to Baltimore, Maryland, to Lima, Peru, San Paulo, Barcelona, Iceland. Then I was home for 3 days to Nashville, and then back down to Florida.
That's what he does for a living. It's amazing. Travels all over the world. That's why I love having him on. And when I get him to tell you all these stories, all these places he goes, he'll be on again. We'll make sure, and we'll capture him for 2 hours.
Well, I appreciate you making me feel at home here. I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you, Richard. You're a good person, a good guy, smart. You know what you're doing, and you work for a good company. BioSil. BioSilUSA.com. See you in a minute.
Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. It's Friday, by the way, and glad that you could make it to the show. I'm glad I could be here with you. Jim Lavalle will be my guest in this portion of the show. Jim's been on my show before. Jim is a clinical pharmacist, and he's also a nutritionist. So that's an interesting combination. And he's into natural therapeutics, if you will, natural therapeutics application and drug nutrient depletion issues. He knows a lot about that kind of stuff. And he's written a few books, and yeah, he's a busy guy. It was named one of the 50 most influential pharmacists by the American Druggist magazine. It was one of only 9 Americans selected to participate in the inaugural Dietary Supplement Education Alliance and Dietary Supplement Information Bureau. I don't know where their office is, but it sound like it's important. What's going on with that screen? Strange. Gary's here. Steven's here. I reported on a study in the first portion of the show. It merits repeating. When I come up here, it's like, yikes. This study deals with high blood pressure and high blood pressure among adolescent males. This was a very well done study. It was done in Sweden, and they collected data from 1969 to 2010, and how they got the data. I'm sort of doing this in a different way now than I did the first time I reported on it. What they did was, in Sweden, they have military conscription. So when these young men showed up at 18 years of age, they collected some data. And some of the data that they collected was their blood pressure and pulse rate. Now I'll tell you about the study. They found that men who have high blood pressure and high heart rate in their teens are more likely to develop obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. Wow. This is really surprising. They did not offer any hypothesis or theoretical account as to why this might be, at least in the press release that I was able to find. And these researchers from Sweden and Finland conducted the study. It was based on 1,794,361 Swedish men whose resting heart rate and blood pressure were measured at military conscription at an average age of 18 years of age between 1969 and 2010. My goodness. They also collected other data, their height, their weight, body mass index, because those are associated with cardiovascular functioning and a risk for mental disorders. They also collected physical, cognitive, and socioeconomic data. So they were collecting data so that they can control for certain variables when they were using their particular statistical models to test their hypotheses or hypothesis. This is really intriguing to me. I would have, if you would have told me that, if you would have said, I think blood pressure is related to schizophrenia, I would have said, what are you talking about? Especially in adolescence. This starts early in life, apparently. And they adjusted the data were adjusted for general cognitive ability because, according to the authors of the study, IQ is associated with psychiatric morbidity, although they said its association with resting heartbeat and blood pressure is unknown. This is really intriguing stuff. It was published in the journal, the American Medical Association Psychiatry Journal. And it showed that male teenagers who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute had a 69% increased risk of developing obsessive-compulsive behavior compared with male teenagers with a resting heart rate below 62 beats per minute. That's pretty clear cut. This is not complicated data. Similarly, compared with males in a lower heart rate category, they said that men in the higher rate category had a 21% increased risk for schizophrenia and an 18% greater risk for anxiety. In contrast, teenage males, they reported, with a lower resting heartbeat were linked to substance use disorders and violent convictions, especially after they adjusted for physical fitness. So teenage males with a lower resting heartbeat were linked to, so it could be too high, too low, see? When it was too low, we had a lower resting heartbeat, you have the high blood pressure, that's one thing, but the lower resting heartbeat was linked to substance abuse disorders and violent convictions. And I'll quote the authors. This is a direct quote. In this large-scale longitudinal cohort study, we found men with higher resting heart rate and higher blood pressure in late adolescence to be more likely to have received a diagnosis of obsessive-compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, or anxiety disorder later in life, close quote. High blood pressure is a silent killer. There's people that walk around with high blood pressure for years and not even know it. And it goes untreated and leads to just terrible outcomes. The downstream effects of high blood pressure are just terrible. And it's preventable. And if you have to take if you get to some point where you just have to take high blood pressure medications, then take them along with some other nutraceuticals. Maybe I'll get Jim Lavalle to comment on this. I sort of set up his introduction. We only have a minute or so in this segment, but I'm going to bring him on. Jim, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on.
Oh, it's always good to be on, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What do you make of this high blood pressure study?
Oh, no, I think it makes total sense. I mean, why wouldn't it make sense? When your blood pressure is high, your nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system is running on high. That means you're going to be in excessive fight or flight. And we know that problems with catecholamines or things like dopamine, epinephrine, or norepinephrine are related to obsessive-compulsive disorders, depression, anxiety. It made perfect sense to me that that'd be correlated.
They don't talk about that in the study. Let's back that up a little bit. So we have these adolescent young men. They're 18. They're going to the military facility there somewhere in Sweden. They're conscripted. Everybody's conscripted. They all got to go, and right. they start to collect these data. So apparently many of them had high blood pressure. So make that connection again. High blood pressure and what? Stress?
Yeah, no. When you have high blood pressure, it means that you're under excessive sympathetic tone, or you're under a fight or flight response. You're making too much adrenaline. And when you're making a lot of adrenaline, it constricts your blood vessels. But the other thing about too much adrenaline means that you're more anxious, more nervous. You put more wear.
But how do you explain schizophrenia, James? How do you explain schizophrenia, man?
Well, I think the schizophrenia is more a genotypic thing, though. Probably. I don't know for sure. But there's probably a subpopulation of those men that when they got under duress, their neurons, the way their neurons function, couldn't handle it. And so that's maybe what's going on. It's hard to explain.
Schizophrenia is, we come back, we'll talk some more. This is intriguing to me. We'll be back.
If you've ever had digestive issues slow you down, it's time to live digestively with the #1 high-potency probiotic, Ultimate Flora. Because with 50 billion live cultures inside you, life feels a little lighter, a little livelier, a little more you. No matter where life takes you, live digestively with Ultimate Flora probiotics from Renew Life. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. #1 probiotic brand with 15 billion or more cultures based on annual sales. How can a sweet little fruit gummy help you live digestively? Ultimate Flora Probiotic Gummies put the ultimate natural digestive support to work inside you to help you feel a little lighter, a little more you. And if raspberry lemonade's a little more you, feel bubbly in a good way with Ultimate Flora Probiotic Fizzy Drink Mix. Ultimate Flora Probiotic Gummies and Fizzy Drink Mix. 2 great ways to live digestively, deliciously. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Natural Factors presents.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray. How would you like to feel more calm, centered, and alert with greater mental focus and clarity? Pharma-GABA, a special natural form of the major brain chemical GABA, can help. Our brain can naturally produce GABA, but sometimes we don't produce enough, so taking it as a supplement can give your brain a GABA boost. Pharma-GABA is a clinically proven form that is considerably more effective than other forms. Pharma-GABA produces favorable changes in brainwave patterns as well as a dramatic reduction in markers of stress, including salivary cortisol levels. Pharma-GABA is fast-acting, with feelings of calmness and mental focus experienced within 5 minutes of taking Pharma-GABA. So, if you want to feel calmer with greater mental clarity and focus and need a fast-acting help to cope with a stressful day, give Pharma-GABA a try. I think you'll be glad you did.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Jim Lavalle's my guest in this portion of the show, educator for Wakunaga of America, makers of Kyolic, aged garlic extract, probably one of the, that's got to be among the, if not the best, garlic product on the market. Been around forever, decades, sold in scores of countries around the world. More clinical trials and scientific papers on that product than I have since. Jim, welcome back to the show. We'll get there in a second. I still want to explore this just a little bit more with you about this study coming out of Sweden. First of all, it was a good study, huge sample. They had a lot of power in the statistical power in the study. It was longitudinal, good data, collected pretty well, simple data. This isn't complicated. Heart rate, blood pressure, monitor them for a long period of time, from 1969 to 2010. They connected high blood pressure and high pulse rate in adolescence among these young men, to obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorder. I like your argument, your hypothesis that high blood pressure is a. Are you saying that it's a function of the fight or flight response, or does it create the same that response, help to create a stress response?
Well, there's different things that can happen with blood pressure, but in that age group, it would be the stress response triggers, high blood pressure and elevated heart rate. So, you could have toxic metals could cause blood pressure issues, right, like lead. There's other issues. But just in this study, if you're thinking of a 17 or 18-year-old kid who hasn't had 40 years of exposure, they're living in a clean, area of the world, when your blood pressure is high, it's a response to excessive sympathetic tone. Your brain and your heart and blood vessels actually pulse in a rhythm. And your vagal tone, so you hear something called vagal tone, it's the nervous system signaling that tells your blood vessels to relax and to tighten up, right? So when you need to tighten up, when you stand up, so the blood gets to your head and you don't get dizzy, that's good. But what happens is when you have high blood pressure, you begin to lose vagal tone and you lose synchronicity of the heart-brain connection. And that is all driven by what's called catecholamines and neurotransmitters, right? It's the neurochemicals in your brain that drive that.
Right.
So it makes total sense.
Right. The fight or flight response is also called the stress response. It's called the hyperarousal response, acute stress. It's different reaction, but it's a physiological reaction that organisms have, including humans, that occurs in response to a perceived threat. It could be a physical threat, or with humans, a psychological threat. And when that response
or email that's not working,
or email that's not working, exactly. Sitting in traffic that's not working. So and Jim is right on the money about it. And the theory is that animals react to threats with a general discharge of the sympathetic nervous system, which prepares the animal to fight or flee. There's also another F word there, freeze. You can fight, flee, or freeze. But more specifically, there's this piece of anatomy called the adrenal medulla that produces a hormonal cascade that results in, and Jim mentioned it, the secretion of catecholamines, such as norepinephrine, epinephrine, the estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, as well as neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin, also affect how the organism will react to stress. So you got all these stress hormones flooding the bloodstream, and you get different physiological responses. But I'm so puzzled why high blood pressure in these young men gave them like an 18% greater chance of being diagnosed with schizophrenia, for heaven's sake.
Well, but you know what? Once again, it's kind of, if you think of the brain as a circuit board, with you got a bunch of circuit breakers in the board. Once you run too much juice through that board, you really don't know which circuits are going to blow.
I see. That's an interesting metaphor.
Well, yeah, whether you think of it as schizophrenia or a panic disorder or depression or obsessive-compulsive disorder, they're just different circuits in the circuit board of the brain. When you overload it with excessive sympathetic drive and elevated cortisol secretion, which comes as a byproduct of excessive sympathetic tone,
right?
Anything can happen.
I see. Well, that's interesting. Thanks for commenting on this. I always like to involve guests in the stories and studies on which I report. I'm just trying to educate ourselves and provide some insight into how we work and why we do, and how can we make things work a little better. I was rude. I forgot to ask you. How are you doing anyhow?
I'm doing great. I'm really doing well. Yes, I am. And I'm working out, and I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid, man. I'm eating the right food and getting the right amount of rest and learning how to breathe deeper every day.
There you go.
I think that's what a lot of people would benefit from is learn how to breathe deep again, because when you get excessive sympathetic tone, you breathe shallow.
Yeah, breathe from your diaphragm, right, James?
Exactly.
So we come back. You want to talk a little bit about Kyolic? Is that what was on your mind?
Of course. I mean, what's better than that for blood pressure?
Yeah, when we come back, we'll start off, we'll tell folks precisely what you do for a living, and then why you're so, how can I say, excited, passionate about, and really behind the whole idea of Kyolic aged garlic extract, as am I.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness. BSN, Finish First. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Aging's good for garlic, but not so much for humans. Welcome back to... I was listening to that. Aging makes the kind of... Yeah. It would be nice. It would be nice if aging, what aging did to garlic, it would do to humans. And reverse the whole process. As you age, you get younger. Wouldn't make sense, but makes sense to me. Jim Lavalle's my guest. Jim, welcome back to the show. Real quick, please tell the viewer and the listener what you do every day. At work. At work.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a clinical practice, so I work on patients, and then I also develop programs for professional sports teams. Tearing apart their blood chemistry, figuring out how to optimize chemistry. I've also do a lot of work on developing, cloud-based analytics where we take lab values, subjective surveys, and biometrics like heart rate and blood pressure and pH, and then that it goes through that computer program and it shows where the person's metabolic break is at, and that is going out into hundreds of physicians' offices across the country as we speak. So those are the big things I do in addition to writing books and, running around doing lectures and being the co-chair for A4M.
I gotcha. So Kyolic Age Garlic Extract, that product is pretty remarkable when you look at all the scientific papers on it, well over 700 now, sold around the world, been in the marketplace since the end of World War II, I suspect. Give me your take on it. I'm just interested.
The first thing is, I think the one thing that is interesting to me is a product that's so good because it's not the latest, greatest, lemur ingested coffee beans that are collected by a shaman in the rainforest and then, washed and purified to create a new standardized extract of something. It's got so much science behind it. If people understood the value of aged garlic extract, it is something that's more important, in my opinion, than taking a multivitamin. I really mean that because it fits the needs of 21st century America, which is everybody's under a lot of stress. Everybody's under fight or flight. Their blood vessels are constricting. They have metabolic syndrome, right? Half of the population is either diabetic or has metabolic syndrome. And aged garlic in its biochemistry addresses a pretty big swatch of what goes wrong with us as we're aging. So whether it's hardening of the arteries, basically, we hear that term, right? Today we call it endothelial dysfunction. But, the common term is hardening of the arteries. Oxidative damage. So when you oxidize your lipids and you oxidize your cells, you accelerate the rate of aging. It helps to restore how insulin receptors signal by raising adiponectin levels. And so I think it's pretty striking what it does. And then when you look at the studies, which I know we're going to get to, the immune health benefits. People that took aged garlic, students going into finals in the fall, University of Florida, less severity, less duration, less frequency of colds and flus when they're on aged garlic extract versus when they're on placebo. That's huge. You lose a lot of productive days when you get sick. And then Budoff studies, Dr. Matt Budoff out of UCLA, the fact that it reversed vulnerable plaque, that is amazing. That it literally was shown, first natural product to actually show it reversed vulnerable plaque.
Right, and what Jim is referring to is what Dr. Budoff, when I spoke with him, James, he told me that right now it doesn't do much with calcified plaque, but with the fatty plaque
that breaks off.
The fatty plaque, if you want to call it that, it can reverse that. So
that's right.
You're right. That is the first natural product ever to demonstrate that kind of capability.
Yeah, and the thing is that even on the calcified plaque, here's the thing that's crazy, man. Honestly, when you think about it, in humans, he's taking pictures when he's doing a cardiac score, and he sees the spine of the person along with their heart, and they measured the bone density of the spine, and see when you lose bone density, that calcium that leaves your bone is what plaques your heart. And so what they found is when you took aged garlic, it stopped the loss of bone mineral density.
That's amazing.
Now, why is that important? Because now I don't have the medium to increase the plaque formation. So what they also found with aged garlic extract was calcification was slowed dramatically.
Slowed it down. Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty, I mean, look, in addition to the fact that it, retards fat being laid around your heart, and fat being laid into your liver, it just has this overall net effect on your vascular tree. So you think of your all your blood vessels as a vascular tree, and your heart is being this incredible tonic. If you want to go back and grab a traditional term, right, out of traditional herbal medicine, a tonic that helps to normalize the response of your blood vessels to sympathetic tone, meaning when I have too much stress, it helps my blood vessels to correct. When my circulation is poor, it improves my blood vessel so that my blood flow can improve and warm my extremities. It's pretty striking.
It is. 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. You're listening to Jim Lavalle. Jim been doing this. Been in the business a long time. He's a pharmacist. He's a clinical.
I'm aging, but don't tell me I'm aging like a fine wine. All right?
No, the aging fine wine. Yeah, no, I don't. That whole business about aging successfully. I've done my rant on that before. That's a bunch of baloney. Age successfully, aging gracefully. Jim, I tell people, I said, aging gracefully, huh? Take a walk through any random, go to a nursing home and tell me what you find graceful. There's nothing graceful in there.
Hey,
nothing.
Look, once you can't procreate, Mother Nature wants to take us out.
Thank you very much. I've been saying that for 11 years on this show.
Yeah, it's real simple.
People think that nature wants us to live a long time. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. They want.
We get along, man.
Nature, procreate early and often, raise the offspring, and your job is done. Got to make room for more. It's survival of the species. That's the agenda. And so everything that you and I are doing, and all these other thousands of people trying to have people live longer, we're fighting against the natural tendency of nature to take us out early, as you said.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it, because you're the only other guest that has ever. You're the only other guest that's ever said that, other than myself. You're the only other person that's ever said that on this show. They're afraid to say it. We come back. We'll have the LTN Health Question of the day.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymatica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymatica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by
Alga Life, algae for life. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. I reported it a couple of times now today on this new study coming out of Sweden, published in the JAMA Psychiatry Journal. And it's a fascinating study dealing with blood pressure. And they found that young men, adolescent 18-year-old men who suffered high blood pressure and high pulse rate experienced certain kinds of mental disorders. Obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, anxiety disorders. Here's the question. In this study, male teenagers who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute had what percent of increased risk for developing obsessive compulsive disorder? Was it 29%? 39% or 69%? What was the percent of increased risk of developing obsessive compulsive disorder in these teenage males at 18 years of age who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute? Did they have a 29% increased risk for developing OCD, a 39% increased risk, or a 69% increased risk. I'll give you a hint. It was very dramatic. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Talking with Jim Lavalle, educator for Wampanoag of America, makers of Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract. Jim, welcome back.
Hello.
Good.
Back again.
Back again. It's in your practice. Do you get a chance to talk much about Kyolic with your clients or patients?
Oh, I do more than talk about it. I had a patient yesterday that I interviewed him. I dropped his blood pressure. He was already on blood pressure meds, and his blood pressure was still high. This was similar to the University of Adelaide study out of Australia. Put him on aged garlic extract. Put him on Kyolic Reserve, 2 capsules twice a day. 60 days later, his blood pressure went from 140 over 95 to 118 over 72. That's the only addition that I did related to blood pressure on him.
And he wasn't doing anything else. He didn't change his diet. He didn't join the Olympic swim team. He didn't do anything
No, he increased his smoking is what he did.
Jesus.
I'm sure that helped.
And I use the
I'm not kidding.
I know the anxiety. I mean, I get it. I use the Kyolic Reserve. That's the one I use, and you just had them on 2 capsules twice a day.
That was it, and it absolutely showed. About 76% of people that will take aged garlic extract that have resistant hypertension, they've been on medication, will get a significant decrease in their blood pressure, and there is no drug made that does that.
It's amazing. Have you ever had the case where you had patients on blood pressure medications, you put them on the Kyolic, and they could cut back on their blood pressure meds?
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's why I tell people when they get on it, make sure you're checking with your doc, checking your blood pressures, because you may not need to be on as many meds. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. Most doctors would even tell you they'd rather have people on less meds, not more.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying the pharmaceutical companies. I'm saying the docs.
I understand. 877-897-8255. Let's go to Yvonne in Tampa, Florida. Yvonne, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Wonderful.
So in this study, these were young men. They were 18 years old. They go and they have to do this in Sweden. They're conscripted. They have to volunteer for the army, for the military. And so at that time, they collected some data on them, blood pressure, pulse rate. And they found something interesting. Male teenagers at that point who had a resting heart rate above 82 beats per minute demonstrated or presented with a increased risk of developing obsessive compulsive disorder. What was that percent of increased risk? Was it 29% increased risk, 39, or 69?
69%.
That's amazing to me. That's absolutely remarkable. And on top of that, the strongest associations we're seeing with OCD with men in the higher resting heart rate category, 70 to 80% more likely to be at risk than men in the lower category. It's just, it's hard to, Jim Lavalle offered an explanation, which I thought was reasonable, an interesting hypothesis. I suspect there will be more coming from this study. It was longitudinal, went over many years from 1969 to 2010. So it's a great study, but great that you won, Yvonne.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Have you ever taken Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yes, I have.
And why did you take it?
Just for the health benefits. No,
You were taking it as a preventive. You were taking it preventively.
Correct.
Jim, comment on that. That's an interesting strategy.
I think, once again, I think I said it earlier. I think it's the number one thing people should consider taking for their health because it protects the blood vessels, protects the heart, protects detoxification pathways because it donates a lot of cysteine, and it also helps with insulin receptor function. And to top it off, the latest human study showed that it actually helps with cold and flu season and preventing catching the bug. So, I mean, that's phenomenal. And you know what? The big number one cause of death in the U.S. is still heart disease. So why wouldn't you want to try to protect your arteries?
Absolutely. Yvonne, congratulations. First, thank you very much for listening to the show, and thank you for calling in today, Yvonne.
You have a great program. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's because we have great listeners. That's why, like you, such as you.
Right.
Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy that $25 supplement gift card. And again, thank you so much for participating in the show. James, thank you for coming along. I always enjoy talking to you. You're a high energy guy, man. You're always optimistic, positive. I love that. Your clients and your patients must really get a lot from you. I know you're very knowledgeable. We'll try to get you back on. I'll talk with, that guy there at Waukanaga,
That's right.
Jay Levy. I'll talk to Jay Levy. We'll try to get you back on some more. We enjoy having you on the show, pal.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy your life in California, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, pal.
Try.
All right. I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. You have a wonderful weekend. And we talked about BioSil in the first hour. Wonderful product. It's go to my website. We do gazillion shows on that product. And then Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract. 2 fine, wonderful nutraceuticals. Take care of yourself. Think about your health, because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. Have a wonderful weekend.